So scalpers are back at it, and apparently some delivery service people are stealing consoles. Welcome back, my friends, to another video here on the channel. Today we're back with some more gaming news after a little bit of, I guess, hiatus from the news. You know, we kind of leading up to the launch of the consoles, the new consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X and Series S. I was doing a lot of gaming news. Obviously, there's a lot to cover, and then after that, I was really focused on all the gaming stuff, you know, rather than the news portion, the actual gameplay stuff. And then after that, I ended up just kind of taking a breather and dialing back the content a little bit, you know, around Christmas time. And I've just kind of been dragging my feet, man, trying to get back into the rhythm of things. Is why I don't take breaks, because then, you know, it's kind of hard to get back into it. So we're going to talk about two different things in this video. I wanted to talk about specifically because we have talked about things like scalpers and stuff before in past videos. And I know we're all passionate about that topic. Whether you are a scalper who is trying to justify your actions, or whether you're like me and you know, you absolutely hate the scalping market. But we're going to start off with this one thing. So a U.S. Postal Service supervisor, apparently in Derby, Connecticut, thankfully has been fined $20,000. He has been sentenced to 3 years of probation for stealing packages over a 2-month period, which includes PlayStation and Nintendo gaming devices, as it's called. So I'm assuming he probably stole some PS5s in there as well. So it goes on to say that apparently in this frame, he also stole an iPhone, clothing, a bunch of different stuff like that. He pleaded guilty to the charges in October, and his sentencing was announced just recently. The U.S. Postal Service Office of Inspector General handled the investigation, and apparently, hold on, right here, the time period that the packages were stolen occurred between February and April 2020. So the stolen PlayStation consoles obviously would have been likely the PS4 as opposed to a PS5. But I'm sure there's been other instances of packages getting stolen that maybe we haven't heard about. I would not be surprised to hear that. I mean, I was hearing a lot about, you know, good chunk of people that apparently didn't get their, why is my shirt dirty? Their packages when they were supposed to get their packages, like their consoles and stuff at the time. So crazy stuff in that regard. Furthermore, there's a bunch of stuff going on with scalping. I mean, there's always a bunch of stuff going on with scalping, but it has to do with game over in the UK, where apparently this one group snagged like 2,000 PS5s. Now, apparently this group used, what was it called? I'm trying to find the spot now. Anyways, whatever. It's basically they use a specific kind of bot to scalp. One Twitter user actually was boasting that they had over 2,000 checkouts successfully logged for today's game restock on the PS5, and they said it just keeps getting easier every time. Wow, congratulations, you are class A scum. The Twitter account actually ended up setting, well, the Twitter user set their Twitter account to private because guess what? They're receiving a lot of backlash. Big surprise, right? I mean, you go on social media and you start bragging about the fact that you just scalped 2,000 PS5s. What do you think's gonna happen? You think people are gonna high five you and give you props? No, it's crazy. All right, people are just crazy. Other people were replying saying Game Digital needs to do something about this. Too many people who genuinely want one are basically being screwed out of getting one, you know, by people like this. Basically, well, they said pieces of scum, which it's a pretty scummy market. Let's be honest. Everyone, you know, other people were tweeting like, thanks for letting bots ruin normal people getting PS5 bundles. I mean, people are obviously, what's the word I'm looking for? Reasonably, that's it. Obviously and reasonably upset about this, right? Like I would be too. I would be completely pissed off. I already have a PS5. I got one to launch, and this pisses me off. I'm not even trying to get one. Right, and this fuels me up because it's just so stupid. It's so scummy. So there was a bunch of basically users bragging about it, like woohoo, yeah. And guess what? Some of these users come back to Twitter to try and self-justify. Okay, one person. This is what they said. Okay, just bear with it. This is what they had to say. I lost my full-time job due to the pandemic, and I have bills to pay. To do that, I am selling a PS5. One user wrote, I have bills to pay, and this is how I currently pay them in the pandemic. If people are fortunate enough to be able to afford a PS5, they are not in the position I am. Now, listen, first off, anybody who's actually struggling, I feel for. I can sympathize with that 100%. Okay, 100%. You know, I'm not a heartless person. At least I sure hope you don't think so. But you know, I can sympathize with that for sure. But here's the thing, right? First off, if you are struggling that bad to begin with, you have to have the money to front, right? You have to have the money to buy the console in the first place, not even knowing if you're going to be able to resell it. And then, you know, if you do resell it, okay, whatever, you resold it, but you won't know. It's not a complete guarantee, right? Now, sure, obviously there are a lot of people that are just saying whatever, screw it, and they are paying scalpers, but that's not like a 100% guarantee, right? There is still that possibility you're going to be screwed, and you still have to front that money. How long are you going to be without that money? You know what I mean? Is it going to be a day? Is it going to be a week? Is it going to be 2 weeks? Like, you don't know for sure how long it's going to be either, right? You don't know. Right? You have no idea. You don't predict the future. You know, you could say, well, the market, you know, high demand, it's not going to take long to sell. Maybe so, but you just don't know 100%. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you are in a position where you're struggling because of the pandemic, if you have bills to pay, then why are you risking that? Why are you spending this chunk of money to risk the potential of, you know, basically getting screwed over? It makes no sense whatsoever, and it's, you know, again, I feel for people that are struggling and sympathize with those people, but, you know, that just kind of seems like a lame justification, and the thing is, the majority of these people would probably be doing it either way, right? Let's look at the last few console generations that came out, when the PS4 and Xbox One came out, and even before that, the 360, and the PS3, and the Wii, and the Switch, and probably even before that with, you know, every other console that ever came out. This has been going on. It's probably become more and more common more than ever. Maybe it's more common this year because of the pandemic. I don't know. But the point is, people have been doing this, and a lot of people, a good chunk of these people that are doing it probably would have been doing it either way. You know, because a lot of people have been doing it either way for the longest time. It's just how it's been, pandemic or no pandemic. You know what I mean? People always have this reason, and they always come up with this justification. Well, you know, I got bills to pay, and I got to feed my kids, and blah 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 blah, or my family, or whatever. It's like, dude, you're literally spending money up front on a risk that you might not even be able to sell it for more. You probably will, especially if there's a high demand, but you don't know. You don't know how long it's going to take, and you know, if you have bills to pay, then pay the bills, man. You know, like I don't know. I mean, it just seems crazy to me. Again, I can sympathize with people that are struggling 100%. You know, I do feel bad for those situations, but at the same time, it's like, man, this isn't the way. You know what I mean? It's not the way. Taking advantage of other people just doesn't seem the right way to do this. And again, it kind of seems like a cheap justification for most people that would probably be doing this regardless, either way. Anyways, now that I've ranted, let's get back to the topic, because Game actually responded to all of this, and this is what they had to say. They said, PS5 continues to be in very high demand, and that demand far outweighs current supply, a Game spokesperson told Eurogamer. We have strong measures in place to help ensure that that our one per customer statement is maintained to allow for as many individual customers to successfully purchase as possible. All pre-orders are subject to automatic checks, and order updates such as cancellations following these checks take place after a customer will have received a valid order confirmation email. At the present time, there are orders. These orders are still pre-orders, and as such, no payments have yet been taken from customers. Payments will commence once our order checks have been completed. So basically, what they're saying is that, you know, even though some of these people that are bragging, like, oh, I got 2,000 consoles, if everything goes as according to what Game is saying, then those people are going to have their order canceled. You know, it's not going to actually go through. So, yeah, woohoo, rejoice, you got 2,000. They're going to get canceled anyways, buddy. So, you know, it's all good. So, I mean, it's crazy. You know, it is worth also noting that there have been retailers that have won against scalpers in the past, like back in December. I don't know, I'm not familiar with Very, but they canceled like 1,000 Xbox Series X orders a scalping group had boasted about securing. So, you know, there's all these different things, and it's kind of funny, right? These people like have such like huge mouths, and they're like, yeah, look at me on social media, and you know, that's first of all, that's just kind of like asking for it. It's like, obviously that's like raising a red flag for the company. Of course they're gonna, you know, look into it even harder when you're boasting about it. Like, oh crap, this person says they got 2,000, we better look into that. You know, they're not gonna let you keep your 2,000 consoles. Are you insane? Even 100, 50 even consoles. Anything probably more than 1 or 2. You know what I mean? They'll probably be like, no. I don't even know if you would be able to get 2. You probably only be able to get 1. Maybe 2 if you're lucky. You know, maybe they'll figure, oh, well, you know, maybe it's for, you know, a family member of theirs or a friend or whatever. But even then, when the consoles were coming out, you know, there was a strict thing. I know, like, locally at EB Games stuff, there was like, no, strictly 1 per customer, period. That's it. You know, you cannot get more than 1. If a family member wants 1, they got to get the pre-order themselves. We can't give you more than 1. That's just too bad. So I don't know. It's good. Hopefully they keep combating it as best they can. You know, it'd be nice to see, you know, some kind of way to make, I mean, I don't know if these bots probably are not illegal, but if there could be laws to make at least these bots illegal, so then at least be harder for scalpers to you know, scalp basically. And beyond that, I don't know what else you could do. I don't know about any other kind of further laws that would make sense that, you know, could you know, be applicable in this kind of sense. But at least to make these kind of bots illegal would at least, you know, help maybe somewhat kind of, you know, combat the you know, the whole system. So I don't know, I just wanted to talk about that real quick with you guys, share that news with you guys about you know, situation, and you know, give you guys an update on that, because you know, I'm sure there's still a lot of you guys who are trying to get the new consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X, whatever. Hopefully you guys are able to get one soon. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these kind of style videos, you know, kind of just talking about the news, but, you know, light edits, you know what I mean, not super heavy edits, just kind of more of talking about the news like this, you know, kind of a simple format, or you know, what do you guys enjoy best content wise, and all that, you know, because moving forward into 2021, we obviously want to continue you know, growing the community and you know, creating content that's enjoyable. So yeah, I don't know. That's going to wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. If you want to check out any of the social links, follow me, JSkeleton92 on Twitter. Links in the description below. You can join our Discord. I just started a brand new podcast, which has not anything specific to do with gaming, just kind of has anything to do with life. I could talk about games sometimes. Sometimes I'll talk about lighthearted stuff, and sometimes talk about more serious stuff going on in the world, and different things like that. So it's not really anything like what you're seeing here. It's just kind of a podcast, I guess you could say, about life. So that's the thing. I have a Nintendo channel. I released a new album recently called My Nightmare under the name of 7 Minutes After. It's an acoustic album, 5 songs on it. So I got a bunch of different things I'm doing. So if any of those things interest you, you can find links for all that down in the description below. And otherwise, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe, stay well, and until then, friends, game on.